like to show you a way to make animated GIF files, which are an easy way to make very simple animations that you can apply to a web page or a PowerPoint. The images are generally pretty simple. One reason for that is that a GIF is a simplified image format. You can only have 256 colors. You don't really need to worry about that when you're creating your GIF, but just know that if you do any complex kind of shading, it might not look quite right when you get done with it. You want to stick to solid colors. That's the best way when you're creating. So I'm going to open a file. And I've just imported a simple picture of a moon from Microsoft Clip Art. And it's on a layer. Here you can see, and I'm just going to name this layer Moon. What I'd like to do is create an animation of a star that moves around the top of the moon. So I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to name this new layer Animated Star. Okay. Now, making sure that I'm on my animated star layer, I'm going to grab a hold of the color I want. I'd like to use my eyedropper, make it the same color as the outline of this. And I'm going to draw a star here. And I'm going to copy it. I'm going to take the same instance of that star and paste it. And now I'll move it up here. Paste it again. Grab a hold of it. And move it over here. Okay, so now you can see within my animated star layer, I've got 3 different what are called auto star shapes. Alright, now what I'm going to do, just by holding down my Shift key, is select all 3 of the stars. And now I'm going to go to Window and make sure my Frames dialog box is open over here. And on Frames, I'm going to select, gotta make sure my stars are selected. There we go. While my stars are selected, I'm going to click over here for Options, and then I'm going to choose Distribute to Frames. What this has done now is create a separate frame for each one of my stars. You can see that frame 1 contains the moon, frame 2 just a star, and frame 3 just a star. Now I'm going to do a little bit of editing, and when I do my editing, what I want to be able to see is a little bit of all the stars. I'm going to do something called onion skinning. There's a little button over here. This is for onion skinning over on the left. If I select the top and select the bottom one, it will allow me to look at my other frames as slightly less shaded stars. That just kind of lets me see what's going on with my animation. I can test this out by hitting play. And I can see as it plays through all the frames. Now the problem is that this moon only is showing right now in my first frame. So what I want to do is select my first frame, go up to my moon layer, double click, and say share across frames. Now that should fix the problem. It's going to give me a warning here. Just click OK. Now when I play, my moon is shared with all my different layers. Okay. I'm ready to export this GIF now. So I'm going to go to my export wizard and continue, and I'm just going to choose animated GIF. And export. It's going to ask me to save it somewhere. I'm going to save it to my desktop and just call it a moon GIF. Export. Okay. And now this image is ready to be inserted into a web page or PowerPoint or anything. Let me show you how it would look in a PowerPoint. So I'm going to insert picture from file on my desktop. Got my moon GIF. Insert. Okay, now when I play my PowerPoint, oh, wrong slide. When I play my PowerPoint, the animation has been saved and I can see the stars look like they jump from place to place. So that's really all there is to creating an animated GIF. You can alter this, you can create as many frames as you want. You can also do some changing of the speed if you'd like. If you click over here where the 7 is the default. If you can change the speed and say maybe 10 per second. The smaller the number, the faster the animation will go. So typing 10 will slow it down a little bit. Okay, or maybe I want to do all of them at once. Change it to 50. You should really be able to see the difference now. Okay, and you can see they go much slower. So you can do some altering from there. You can also change how it loops. I've chosen to loop it forever, but you can choose to play your animation only once, or you can choose a number somewhere in between. But down there on the frames is where you would do all the editing before you exported your image.